Alright guys, I'm back with my review of Redneck Island Season 2, Episode 9 and 10. On Saturday, they aired Episode 10, the last episode, right after Episode 9, so I thought that was pretty cool. And this episode starts off with Heather. She's pissed off, and she's telling Justin that she wants to send Eliza home. Eliza's a weak player, she doesn't deserve to be here, all that stuff. And we get the Steve Says challenge, which is every member has to dress up as a different item of food, and bacon, chicken, steak, ice cream, hot dogs, all that stuff. And they have to cross this greasy pole to the grill. And if they make it across, they get to bring that item back to camp. And Heather makes it across first. And then all the others copy her technique and make it across, except for Justin. He just cannot grasp this challenge. But afterwards, Steve sits down and talks to him, and he asks him what they would do if they won the money, if they couldn't win, who they would want to win. And I thought this was funny because this is exactly what Adam came up with in Season 1. And I thought it was obvious then that the producers just told him this idea, because they'll feed them ideas and stuff. And they did the same thing here, except it was Steve saying it. And then we get the reckoning, where they all have to take turns riding a four-wheeler through this course, memorize all the signs, and at the end put the signs in the correct order. If they miss one, they have to go all the way back around. And Steve says the winner gets immunity and is guaranteed a spot in the finale, which isn't really true because after this episode there's still another challenge where someone gets sent home. So unless he meant by finale you're guaranteed a spot in the last episode or something. But Justin's the only one who makes it around in one shot. They played this epic music for him, and Justin wins the challenge. And Heather and Wade want to vote Eliza off, but Justin feels bad because he gave him his word, and he really just feels loyal to Donna, but he doesn't want to vote Eliza off. And Wade wants to keep Heather because he's already anticipating another challenge where they may have to vote someone off. And if it comes down to that and they send Heather home, then it'll be Donna and Eliza versus Wade and Justin, and it'll be a tie, and he doesn't want to be sent home by the flip of a coin. And later on, he's telling Heather it's because she's a strong player, but so he wants to send Eliza home, and at elimination, Justin agrees with Wade and sends Eliza home, which she did not expect at all. I actually felt bad for her. But yeah, Wade was saying the whole time that it was really because he wanted to go up against the strongest players and keep Heather around because she's such a strong competitor. But I really think it was just because of the tiebreaker thing. So that was the 9th episode, and episode 10 starts off with Donna telling Wade that she wished they would have given her a heads up, but they couldn't because then she would just try to change the vote. They get a letter to meet Steve for a reckoning, and he tells them that the loser goes home immediately, and it's a trivia game where they have to answer these questions about the show, and if they get one right, they have to shoot another player's plates, and all 4 of them have 5 plates. So Wade gets the first one, and he shoots Heather's plate. And then Justin gets one, he shoots Heather's plate. And then Heather gets one, and shoots Donna's plate. So the girls start going back and forth, and it comes down to 1 and 1. The guys are just staying out of it. They're just letting Donna and Heather eliminate each other. That way their hands are clean of this whole situation until it comes down to 1 plate each, and then Justin answers a question like a moron. And he's like, even in the interviews, he's saying everything was going great, and then I had to answer a question. I think he knew what he was doing. But yeah, he answers a question, and then instead of realizing his mistake and getting it wrong on purpose, he gets it right. So he has to choose who goes home, and he eliminates Heather. And all that talk about, I want to go up against the strongest competitors, just went out the window. So it's Wade, Justin, and Donna going into the final. And I guess they decided that if it's going to be the final challenge, they want to go up against someone who's weak like Donna, rather than a strong player like Heather. And it was probably a good idea, seeing how Donna did in the final challenge. But at night, the final 3 get a visit from Nick, Darren, Kelly, Heather, and Eliza. And oh my god, Kelly was so annoying here. But Heather's upset she was eliminated, which makes sense. I mean, she just got eliminated that day. And I don't know. I guess the other cast members, they either fly them back in or they've been staying at some posh hotel this whole time. I don't know. But they eat dinner together and talk about the show. In the morning, the final 3 get to call home. And then they arrive at the final challenge. The other cast members are brought back to send them off, I guess. And God, if I was Heather, I'd be so pissed. Just seeing how close you were to the final challenge. And the final challenge was actually kind of weak in my opinion. It really wasn't that impressive. It's a muddy track where they have to climb some obstacles. Then they have to get 4 points in cornhole. Donna never stood a chance in this challenge. But then they move on to this table spool where they have to use it to cross the next area. They have to run down a balance beam. And the last area is a puzzle where they have to fish a beer can through this maze. And that's the final challenge. So it starts off, they're all pretty close. I mean, actually, they're not close. Donna's way behind. But they use the cornhole to kind of let them catch up to each other. And Wade makes it to the puzzle and finishes the maze before Justin and Donna even get there. So Wade wins the challenge. But I could not believe that Justin and Donna were stuck on this balance beam as long as they were. I mean, it was ridiculous. You could tell that the challenge was set up so that all 3 of them could make it to the puzzle and it would be a close game, and it gave them time to catch up. But they were so slow on this balance beam that Wade was able to win the entire game before they got to the puzzle. So it was just, I don't know, it was kind of a weak challenge. But Wade wins the $100,000. I'm glad he won. I've been saying the past few episodes that he would be my pick to win the show. So I'm glad he won. And that was it, really. That was Redneck Island Season 2. I thought this was a good season. I do think the final challenge was better in Season 1. But I'm sure they're going to do Season 3. And overall, I did like this season. But you can tell that in Season 3, they're really going to get some people to up the drama here. That's what I expect anyways. I'm sure they're going to try and find people whose personalities are going to clash. Maybe increase the drama. Probably have some better challenges, some better reckonings. And definitely a better final challenge. Because, yeah, like I said, the puzzle was supposed to give them time to catch up to make it a close game. But it really wasn't close at all. I mean, Justin showed up. Steve was about to explain the rules to the puzzle as Wade runs to put his can in and win. So it didn't really work out the way they wanted, I think, here. But yeah, this was definitely better than Season 1, because in Season 1 you had so many people get hurt and have to go home or just quit. And here I think we only had one person quit, and that was Angela. And then she tried to say, oh, I'm not really going to quit, but I'm glad they voted her off anyways, because she was going to try and quit. But yeah, Season 1 had a lot of people just leave, and I thought this had a lot of people who really wanted to be there, and it made the challenges more intense. Elimination was more intense. So definitely a good season here, and I'm looking forward to Season 3. So that's my review of Redneck Island Season 2. Hope you guys liked the video. Leave your thoughts on the show in the comments, and thanks for watching.